What's going on, everybody? It's Yuri and Ashley.
Hey
We're going to
guys.
make some very creative calls to close deals, maximize opportunities, and also we're going to share with you about the Super Bowl packages. Ashley, who is
Yes.
winning the Super Bowl?
I have no idea. I'm not into football.
Come on.
Why would you put me on the spot like that? At least let me do research for a minute.
Whatever. It's Kansas and Philly. Just
All right, who are you cheering for?
I found out yesterday that Jonathan bet $2,000 on Eagles on Philadelphia to win.
Oh my gosh, he did.
So I would say my brain was telling me never bet against the Chiefs. So, and I
Oh
wouldn't say
my
I'm the
gosh.
biggest fan of this Philadelphia team, but I would I probably I'll root for my teammate not to lose $2,000 since I don't have any financial or personal interest or anything like that.
At least you have a heart.
So that's so
Oh
yeah, that's
man.
probably that's but the good news, like Jonathan made a joke about this yesterday. He was like, if Gene sees him working very hard on Monday, it means that Kansas won and Philly lost, and he lost 2 grand. So that's
He's asking, he's like, is there anything extra I can do?
no,
I love it.
that's for sure. And no,
I freaking love it. That
that's
is
been
so
great.
funny.
What about you? Any recent deals or things like you've been busy too?
Yeah. Yeah, I think oh, okay. So you guys, I did share this on the webinar. So if you guys missed the webinar, you get to hear it live here first on YouTube. So I mean, I'm always like giving out a little treats and giving you guys a little bit of ideas on what to how to really score those sellers' hearts. So I always say shine from the rest. You guys know that. So I just wanted to tell you guys about a lead I called. It was a sale lead. I called a sale lead, and this guy had received several calls. Even Sean was calling him. It was funny because Sean didn't know I was calling him, and I obviously didn't know Sean was calling him. But anyways, so I ended up calling, and he didn't answer, left a message. He called back. I had probably one of the best conversations with a seller I've ever had. Insane. And few people heard it. I was making calls in front of the Nobody Left Behind Challenge people. And anyways, it was the best conversation. He goes, I've gotten so many calls and I've only selected a few to talk to. And he goes, and you're the very first person I have opened up to. And the reason for that was he was like, your pitch was good. He said, like you actually, the way you're thinking is getting me thinking about something creative and getting it done. So like, he recently purchased this property in Massachusetts, and it's a really, really hot area, you guys. So it's a really good building. It's a single family, but it could convert into a two family. Either way, I really want the deal. And the guy just said, you had the right pitch. And he sent me an email today with some terms. So we're breaking those down. It's a seller finance. So all I can say is team up with people and try to learn creative pitch, because cash absolutely would not work for this deal. You obviously want to do cash first if it can, but if it can't, then you want to get thinking and get creative. How can I make this deal make it to the finish line? So yeah, I do got a few deals going on. That was just one, but I called a few sale leads last night, and it's calling motivated seller leads is like nothing. Like if you're doing like direct to agent, or I mean, I only can really compare it to that because that's what I did do, and it was horrible. Nothing against you agents, but
No, you just depend more on luck. It's more like, hey, if they like you enough, or if there are plenty of things going out there, it's more about luck. It's nothing against the
I'm sending you a lead.
the different methods, and they probably work like a broken clock, but
I'm
twice a
gonna
day.
yeah, no,
But
but you
if it,
can hit good ones. I gotta
You
say,
can, and
yeah,
but again, it should be. I mean, ideally, you need to have like maybe a team that is working, like somebody who's still doing that. I heard, by the way, you know what? Somebody on one group, I heard that part that they will have disposition people uh, when they have like less deals, or they will have like acquisition people and disposition people. Acquisition people typically have more conversation than disposition people, so they'll be like, okay, our dispo guys are actually also in charge of conversations with agents, so like so they
mhm,
kind of maybe they can pull something there too, so that's
yeah,
how we maximize the opportunity. So you kind of want to do different things, especially if you're local, if you for whatever reason you don't want to expand or do anything like that, you gotta do everything at your local area. That's what I tell to people. You probably, if you really want to dominate your own area, you gotta do everything. So
absolutely. That
that's
you know what? That was spot on. That really was. And you know what's crazy though? I didn't realize this, Yuri. So a lot of people have connected with me one on one from the webinar. Like I have Calendly appointments for the next 2 weeks, which is fine. I love it. I freaking love it. But I never realized how many of the wholesalers truly don't know how to give other options to sellers. And I think that's a big reason why some of these people are struggling not closing deals. You know, when I called this guy, he was like, "You weren't pushy. You gave me options. You're not just saying, oh, well, my house is worth this. You can actually give them their number if it works and makes sense. If you can give someone their number and still potentially cash flow on it, why wouldn't you? Right? And property is an investment. So get those assets."
no, that's great. And we're also getting another guest. You want to
So
introduce
yeah, I'm gonna
our friend
yeah,
today?
so yeah, absolutely. So I met Maisha. She was in one of the webinars and she reached out to me personally. She just started using iSpeed to lead and loves it. So we're doing live seller calls in on YouTube. Hi Maisha, how are you?
Good, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. No, we're happy to have you. So yeah, Maisha's having great luck with iSpeed to Lead. She loves it, which is great. So she attended one of the webinars and she, the rest is history. She reached out to me and I still had we just started the Nobody Left Behind challenge, which is us scoring deal of like people's first deal. And in what was it in 2 days no, it was like in one day of you being in the group, we locked our first deal. No joke.
Yes, it was definitely great. Like I told Ashley, it was hard calling sellers before, because cold calling, they don't want to talk to you,
Yeah.
they're in a distress situation.
Mhm.
And but like I speak the lead, they already want to sell. So it's just a matter of finding the right package for them, And that's where Ashley is like amazing. She's like the greatest problem solver ever. Like the
Oh,
whole
thank you.
group is happy. We get excited when we get to meet up.
Yeah. No, it was great too, Yuri, because she had bought, I think, 10 leads,
Right.
and those were the leads I was helping her call. So another person from the challenge group made the first call, and I was like, "Ooh, you got to get me into this call. There's something there. There's something there." And we ended up getting a contract out the next day, and he signed. So,
Right. And we have built great relationships with a lot of the people on the list. Like I would say about majority of the people on the list answered. We didn't have to do too much chasing. They were open and willing to talk, about their situation. And so it's
mhm.
a great learning opportunity for us because we have people who are willing to talk to us and go through the ropes of us asking them questions.
Absolutely. Now, Maisha, how lucky do you think you'd be if you only knew how to offer cash?
Oh, not too lucky because of the low ball offer. Like a lot of people feel like, I hate to say it, but they're getting robbed. They
Mhm.
worked hard for these houses. They put a lot into it. And to just hear like, I'm going to give you a couple of thousand and take over your house, they don't want to really hear that.
Right. Yeah, so you
Hmm.
almost can double your close rate, I think. Like, you still close with cash, 100%. Like, cash
Right.
is the best way to go if you can, because it just, it really, oh, yeah, Yuri, I don't know, Yuri. You do it. Yuri, if you can hear me, Yuri, hello there. Just send me whatever. It's fine. Yuri's going to be sending me some leads to call for you guys can see it live, see how great these leads are. If it's yeah, sorry, I should have texted you, but I'm talking and I cannot do that at the same time.
No worries. I don't think you want a condo lead, so that's what. But yeah, you guys keep sharing. But here's another thing. Tell us more about this whole group. Nobody is left behind. I know it's part of your community thing. So
I think
how many groups? How is it going? Like who's closing? Who's not closing? Is it everybody doing the same thing, like agent outreach, or people trying different things? And is there any wins? Like if you win, what happens? Like what's
I'll tell you about this real quick. So this is funny. This is really funny. So
you tell to the audience, I'll look for leads.
I'll be quick. Real quick. So the Nobody Left Behind Challenge group, I think it's open to everyone. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you have to be a sub 2 member. You're not a sub 2 member, are you?
No.
Yeah, Steve, I don't even know who is or who isn't anymore, but because I just team up with everyone. But
majority of the people are sub 2 members.
Yeah.
So yeah, they know the creative strategies.
Right. But you get to team up with them. And this, I think, is open every single month. And you learn the creative strategies. So, it was opened up to whatever. So there was a TC, a rainmaker, and a closer. So those are like the leaders in the group. Well, everybody dropped out of the group on me. So it's just me with 7 new people now. And we were doing agent outreach, direct to agent. And I just said, we can't do this anymore. I said, I'm just going to restructure everything. And this is how we're going to do it. And everybody that's in this group is awesome. They're probably all watching. Hi guys. Look at me. I'm on camera. But yeah, like it's just, they're awesome. So then I said, listen, we're going to just get iSpeed to lead leads. I said, I'm affiliated with them. I love them. That's where I get my leads. I said, that's where we're going to get our leads. So we just started doing that. I met Maisha through one of the webinars. She reached out to me. I said, hey, I'm doing a challenge. Why don't you and your daughter come on to it? She goes, great, I'll bring leads. So she brought a pile of leads from iSpeed to Lead. And we closed. Well, we didn't close it yet, but it's under contract. We will close it. We locked it in one day. So, it's crazy. It's crazy the difference. And we had been at it with the direct to agent with all the other newbies before you had come on for like 4 weeks, scored nothing. Agents didn't want to work with us, nothing. Like it wasn't structured right.
But so how is it structured? Till what time is the competition? Is there any prize for winning, or is it just challenge?
Yeah, you get a lead. Like, yeah, I mean, you get a deal.
Okay.
You get to close your first deal. So basically, it's 3 people in Pace's group or whatever, sub 2, a TC, a rainmaker, and a closer. So you work with us closely, and we close the first deal for you.
Okay, I got it.
It teaches you the insides and outs, pitching creative. So I meet with these guys 3 or 4 times a week. And I am teaching them pitches, creative pitches, different creative strategies. I'm calling live sellers for them. I'm listening to their live calls, then telling them what they could do different. So it's really just, I'm helping them get their reps in to get that much better to score deals. And obviously we're using iSpeed to lead leads because I'm obsessed with iSpeed to lead leads. So that's all we're using. And that's the truth. So Sean's already made me in charge of iSpeed to lead in our business. He's like, so it's, I find it this is how I became successful, and I will preach it and preach it and preach it.
And okay, and do you guys interact with other groups? Because I heard there's lots of groups inside of this thing right now. Is that still the case?
I don't know if we're even I don't even think we're doing it how it was supposed to be set up, because like I told you, the TC dropped out, the rainmaker dropped out.
Oh, okay.
They just said, yeah, because they didn't have it structured right. I don't know what happened, but somebody was sending out LOIs, giving offers, and then the closer was calling, and the agents were confused. So it wasn't set up right. I don't know what happened. And I'm sure
what about other groups? Do you know leaders of other groups? Like who's anybody
I don't even
else?
know who else is in it. Like I've been so busy that I don't even have time to really check. Is that bad? I just know I have a group of new people and I'm helping them. I
And
don't
you
even
know
want
what?
to cost nobody left
I was
behind
just,
anymore.
yeah, go ahead.
Our group is a lot from I Speed to Lead too, from the seminars. Cause like
Yep.
even like
Oh yeah, Carlos.
the other day we had 20 new people on just from I Speed to Lead. And that was like cool, you know, because we were able to talk about closing deals, strategies. I think that's the most value we get is being able to talk to people who want to sell and we can apply the strategies and go through the checkpoints of asking them the right questions and to get your brain thinking of, okay, what does this person need and how can I solve their problem? Like you're like a doctor in real estate. You know, that's what Ashley's teaching us to be, you know, like
Yeah,
your best friend, you know?
absolutely. No, I absolutely love you guys. I think that we'll stay in contact even after this is done. I wouldn't mind trying to even put a team together because they're doing great together. They're making calls on their own without me. We have an like our own area in Zoom, so like they can go in and out whenever they want. But I don't want to bore you guys to death. I think we should make our very first call. What do you guys think? Can I get a yeah?
Definitely. Yes. So that's what it's about, right? Contacting the sellers.
How
Yeah,
do you
so I'm
pronounce your name, right?
Did you pronounce my name right?
Yeah,
I
Maisha.
didn't hear you say it, Maisha. Yeah.
Maisha. Okay,
You
great.
That's
did.
right.
Can
Funny
you make
story.
calls because
My
you're still from the phone, so can you make calls?
I got another phone. So
Okay, awesome.
got two
Well,
phones. Yeah. Had to be
So
creative.
do you want to put just something in the side thing for her?
are you in touch with in some between each other? But
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably share it.
Okay. I'm gonna call Dennis. So Dennis is in New York, you guys. I'm gonna pull up his property real quick. All right. Let's have some fun. And if you are a lady watching, tell me, where are my lady wholesalers at? Oh, and if you guys could give this a share too. Anybody watching, share this out for us and make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're always doing some great stuff on here. You just really never know. I mean, we could say we're being on at 6, but you never know when we're going to show up. Don't you love the mysterious? Yuri's probably like, shut up. All right, you guys, this is $1 million property. I don't know what this is actually. This is crazy. All right, let's look at the motivation. So the cool thing is too, you guys, when you buy a lead, it's going to tell you they take this huge, not huge, but like a questionnaire. It's tenant occupied. He wants to finalize the home in 2 to 3 months. What's selling vacant, non-occupied house. All right, let's just give it a call. I'm going to call it Dennis. All right, let's answer, Dennis. Let's answer. Can you hear that?
Hello?
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis. My name is Ashley. The reason for my call tonight is I was calling about your property on White Plains.
Okay.
Are you still interested in selling that?
I could be.
Okay, you could be. Well, I can deal with that. I was just taking a look at it. I'm definitely interested. Could you just, tell me a little bit about what's going on?
In what light?
In the light of condition.
Uh, it's in okay condition. I mean, it's not beat up or anything like
Okay.
that.
All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing any pictures online. I tried to pull it up, but that doesn't really show too much. Which is okay. So as long as you can, fill me in on it. But I think it's maybe not showing on Zillow, but I'm gonna pull it up on a different one. Do you live
All right,
close
hold
to
on a
this
second.
property? Okay, go ahead.
Hold on a second.
Sure. Okay, now it's showing up. Perfect. It's a cute little house.
Okay, try now.
All right, can you hear me now?
Better.
Oh, perfect. So I think it said vacant, or is this a vacant home?
No,
No.
it's fully rented. The tenants go with the house.
Okay. Tenants go with the house. Alrighty. What are you getting for rent there?
rents are way below where they should be.
Okay.
Rents, I think, in that neighborhood would be 3,000 to 4,000 without too much problem.
Okay.
You got, it's a duplex. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths with a garage, and it's off-street parking, which is critical to the area.
Okay. Just writing everything down. All right, perfect. So, if you don't mind me asking, what's got you selling?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry about that. If you don't mind me asking, what has you selling?
Just want to get rid of it.
Just want to get rid of it.
Tired.
Tired of landlording.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I'm just starting my journey in landlording, so if there's any advice you can give me, I would definitely take some.
You learn as you go.
I guess, yeah, that's very accurate. That's how I've been learning real estate. I have to do it and learn it. I can't just sit down and learn it. But any like tips or tricks you can give me, you know? Do you allow pets and stuff like that?
No, I really don't like to have pets in the house because, I mean, I love animals. I have a bunch of myself, but people, it's not their house, so they don't really take care of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So did you update it before you put tenants in there, or?
It's not brand new stuff in there. It's comfortable stuff.
Rentable.
Everything works.
Yep.
There's no problem with it.
Perfect. Okay. I really like it. It's cute. I think I'm looking at the right one. It's white. Because one website shows it, and then the other one just shows trees. So I don't know if it's the same one. But okay, wait. Wood floors, large open kitchen concept. Is that the one?
Yeah, the dining room. You got the kitchen into the dining room, into the living room.
Garage below.
Yeah, garage is below. It's a duplex.
Yep, I see it now. That's really nice. I'm looking at inside pictures. So you must have had it listed not too long ago.
I've never listed it.
Oh.
They might be pictures from when I initially got it. I had to go through a realtor to get a couple tenants.
Okay.
And once you get a tenant, then you're set. They just pop up on their own.
Perfect. Okay.
Now, what area are you in?
So I live in Maine, southern Maine, but I have partners down that way, and we buy properties all along the East Coast. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested. I really am. So do you have a price in mind that you're looking to get?
You're going to come up with a number, and if I like it, it's good. If it's not, I say it, not enough.
You're going to be difficult for me, Dennis. Come on now. All right. Okay. So how soon are you looking to sell? I know you said you weren't in too big of a hurry, but would you sell tomorrow if you could?
If the price is right, it goes.
The price is right, it goes. And you're not going to give me a number.
You got to do your homework.
I've done my homework, but I just want to see what you see. I like to mold to what your needs are. I'm like a different kind of breed of an investor. So I'm not going to try to come in with a cash offer. This doesn't look like a cash offer type of property. Unless you want a cash offer, and you probably don't. But if you would give me a number, I could probably make that happen if we could talk about it.
Like I say,
all right.
You're going to come up
All
with
right.
something, and then
I will.
We'll go from there.
Okay, I'm going to give you a number. Don't hang up on me, because we can negotiate, all right? I just got to see where you're at.
Now, let me ask you a question before we do anything.
Sure.
You're the third person to call me today about this.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know what's going on.
Did you possibly fill anything out online?
No. I say, I've owned the place for almost 25 years. So that's the last time anybody had any pictures of it.
So yeah, you haven't told anybody? Like, have you told any like agents or reached out to anyone and said you wanted to sell?
Well, in my line of work, I run into real estate people and I do work for them. So I have questioned them over time.
Gotcha.
You know, well, in the sense that I do property maintenance type stuff.
Okay.
And I work for a real estate company, and 3 or 4 agents have used me over the years when they get a listing. Oh, can you go over here and do this? Can you go over here and do that? So those are the only people I talk to. And I just asked them, I said, look, I don't want to embarrass anybody here or make bad blood. How am I going to do this if I deal with you people?
Right.
And they said, well, we have what we call a open listing. We just put it on the table and whoever sells it, sells it. You know, I'm not, you know, because some of the people I've known for 50 years.
Okay. So,
You know, so
yeah. Oh, I'm wondering if any of them maybe filled something out for you to get called.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Weird. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll be super transparent with you. I mean, I got you as a lead. I tell all my sellers that I don't like to beat around the bush. I'd rather just be super transparent with you. I know most investors won't tell you that. But I don't know where it was sourced from. I don't know if that helped at all.
I'm just curious, you know.
But I mean, honestly, I could tell you this. Like, I have like a questionnaire that was filled out. Has your name. It says it's tenant occupied, says you want to sell 2 to 3 months. Then there's more. Best time to call anytime. Yes, I own the property. So it's almost like you're answering it. Somebody answered it as they were you. Yes, I own the property, owned for 15 to 19 years. Is that accurate?
No, it's longer than that, but
Okay. It says, is there a mortgage on the house? Nope. There's no mortgage. Property's not listed with an agent. Yeah. So, I mean, it says that you spoke to one of my partners named Emma. I don't know if that's accurate.
did she call you today?
No, I got an email.
Like I say, there was 3 people that called today. You know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Dennis. I wish I could be like better help, but I mean, hey, maybe I could buy your place. I still want to find out what range you're in. Okay, I'm gonna shoot up a number and you just tell me no way and don't hang up because I'll give you another number. Because I gotta find out what area you're in. 775.
Not even close.
I didn't think so. 850.
It's not bad, but still not close.
You're at a mill, probably, huh? Or a little bit below.
You tell me.
I think you would settle for a little bit below that.
It's possible, but like I say, I got other people, and you know, they all are giving the same story on everything, and they're coming back with numbers. And like I say, one hits me right, we can talk.
Okay. I love your accent, your New York accent. I love it. I'm from Maine, so I have such a Mainer, like wicked accent. Okay. I got an idea. I'm gonna text you right now.
I'm not big on text.
Well, I'm texting you my card so you can see who I am. Do you not
I
want me
got a
to?
flip phone.
You did? No, you don't. You do? Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Okay. So what's your email then? You
I
want
have an email.
So you don't want to see who I am?
The money's all the same color.
True. Okay. All right. So I guess would you sell for 925?
That's low end now.
I know. I'm tricking you here. All right, 975. Why don't I do this, Dennis? I got an idea. Why don't I put together an LOI for you and I'll send it you so I don't have any way. Do I have to like paper mail it to you?
That's the best way.
Okay. paper mail and a flip phone. I got you. I'm starting to know who you are. Starting to sense the type of guy you are. All right. It's not a bad thing though. It definitely isn't. All right. So what I can do is, do you want to give me your address? I can mail you an offer.
Yeah, you can mail it to 337 Columbus Avenue.
All right. I will put something together. I will mail it to you. Did you see my phone number pop up when I called?
Yeah, it was on there.
Okay.
Was it 217?
207. Close.
Oh, 20.
Yeah. My name's Ashley. And if you want to see my website, it's oakhillacquisitions.com.
Well, you put that in the letter.
I will put it in the letter for you.
Like I say, this is extremely weird. 3 people so far tonight.
Weird. That is weird. So are they giving you decent offers?
They're working on them.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, maybe you'll get one that just floats your boat and you will row right away with it.
It's possible.
All right. Well, I guess I will send you a letter.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dennis.
Take care.
All right. You too. Bye. That's not a motivated seller at all. The ones that say they're going to sell for the right price, like he wants top notch for his property. He's not going to accept a cash offer. The place is nice. It's very well maintained. You can tell this guy's got money if he thinks this place is all right. And I'll just give you a couple views of it just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is the like inside of the condo, you guys. It's like really, really nice. And look, like other properties that are nearby are selling for about $1 million. Like the lowest price I saw was around 600 and it was a piece of crap. So when I said, I knew he wasn't going to bite on that first number. It was just kind of a little play I do. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be a deal, but you never know. I'll put together an LOI and I'll send it to him. And if he replies, he replies. What do I have to lose? What, 37 cents? Is that how much a stamp is these days? I don't even know. Do you want to try calling a lead?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. I will send you one right through text right now.
Okay, cool.
And I want to hear in the comments from those who are watching your rude, like tell me about your rudest seller ever. Have you guys ever had a rude seller who just wanted nothing to do with you? Like, or just like really hard? And what do you say to like break that? Do you have a certain thing? Like I get kind of playful. I don't know if you guys notice that. Like I just try to play and see if like I can get them. Usually I can get them to crack a laugh. Usually. He was tough. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. He was a little bit tough, but either way, he's confused on how I know he wants to sell his house. So he's talked about it, but he never submitted anything. So I don't know. Really weird. So I got it coming right now. Okay. So this one is in Columbus, Ohio. You can just click on the number 2 and it will just call. And her name's Katie.
Okay. I wonder if I should pull up the property real quick too. So you know what? I'll call.
It was a call lead. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Double dial.
Right.
Because sometimes they have their phone off and then it will break it through. You might need to do it 3 times.
Oh, 3 times. Okay.
I typically don't triple dial, but if it's off.
Voice message. Please hurry me. It's not.
Obviously,
again.
thumbs off.
See if it goes through. I know that when you like when somebody silences.
She hung up.
Text her. Here, I'll tell you what to text, or just text her. Say, hey, Katie, spell it right. Katy. My name's Maisha. I'm really interested in speaking to you about your property that you're interested in selling. Just something super simple like that. I'm actively looking for a place in Columbus, Ohio. Like make it seem like urgent or something. I don't know. And while you're doing that, I'm going to call another lead.
Okay, great.
All right. So we're going to call right here. So this one is in Donaldsonville. Bowen Ernest. There's Ernest. Ernest Road. Oh my gosh. Why can't I talk tonight? All right. We're going to call a guy named, could be a girl. I don't know. Lenwood. All right. Let's go. Answer.
Oh,
Hey, Lenwood.
yes.
Hey, my name is Ashley. I was calling about your property on Bowen Ernest Road.
Yes.
Are you interested in selling that?
Yes, I had several people call me this weekend.
Okay.
Got people get back with me. Yes.
Okay. So have you had any decent offers that you liked or
No, not none of that. Everybody didn't get back with me.
okay. Well,
But what I was telling them, because I know they probably not, they already know it, but try to act like they didn't know nothing about the house. The house can't be repaired.
can't be or can be?
Cannot, because
Okay.
the guy said it got mold. It rained in there. It got hit by lightning.
Oh, wow.
And it rained in there all that time.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but it can be torn down. Either there's a way to get the fire department to come in there and do training and but that I put a new roof on it and all like that. And then I stood to the side. I told the guy that he tried to act like he was a contractor. I said, man, you done put that roof on there. I said, that house leaning to the right.
Wow.
You know, and it sits up on those stones, you know, about 3 to 4 feet up.
Yeah.
And then he found out and got started acting crazy. So I called inspector because he meant like he was doing that, you know, and everything. We started doing the flows and everything, and then I just happened to be out and detected that, so we stopped adding the ceilings and everything out there. And then he didn't tell me that when I went up under the house, you know, the rafters and everything.
Yep.
That some of them was rotten all the way through. So he just was he might do a lot of work around there, but I think he got mad because he wanted to buy the property first. And I was probably a week ahead of him.
Okay.
But it had a pond, it's got a pond on it. But they stole my pump and everything there and stuff there. But it's got a pond by maybe 30 by 60. And
I don't want
8.9 acres.
but I don't want this property. There's no investors nearby. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just looking at it. So I didn't know that it wasn't repairable or anything. So you're basically just selling the lot or the land right there. Is that accurate?
Yes, the whole property.
Okay. So what kind of offers have you been getting on it?
Well, I got an offer 20 something, which I told him, I said, I paid more than that for it. I said, the price you see downtown, I still paid more than that, because I was trying to help the guy out on a discount, so he wouldn't have to pay all those taxes
Yeah.
and everything. And so I said, no, I ain't hurting for money.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not hurting for money and you can hold it, I probably would do that because, and I'm just going to be super transparent with you. I'd rather just be honest with you than beat around the bush. That's probably a decent offer for what it is because we're investors. So you're probably getting a lot of investor calls. And I have a way to look up to see if people are buying in your area to, do fix and flips or, landlording and all that stuff. And there's nothing for miles. So I'm wondering if it may be better for you to list with an agent and try that route. And maybe you could get top dollar.
Well, like I say, I'm retired military, plus my grandson is, so I don't have a problem getting a loan or nothing to put a house on.
Yeah. That would be great. And then you could, pass it down or something, keep it in the family. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to waste your time. I was just going to see what was going on with the property. But yeah, I mean, I probably would do that, honestly. When I would think about it. Like if you're not hurting for money, you don't need to take a lowball offer. If you could do something with it and even, up the value of it and then sell it in the future, like that's probably where your investment is rather than a $20,000 check. So, well, I will let you go so you can enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay,
thank you for taking my call. You take care as well.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, there was nothing I could do with that. My offer was 7,000. So that's why I wanted to find out what people were offering him. And the thing is, I pulled it up and there's nobody. I don't even know if I could have disposed 7,000 on it because there's no activity for investors in that area.
And I'm surprised he didn't do an insurance claim to help get the property fixed. If he said it got hit by lightning and all types of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, I think so. It's 7:00. I actually have to jump on a seller call. I mean, oh, perfect. Okay. So I'll do this last one. Yuri, I could actually call that other seller on live too, because that's a good one. And that was a sale lead, and it's only going to be my second phone conversation with him. Do you think I should do that, Yuri?
Saying you want to follow up on somebody right now?
Yeah, and then I can call this one because I had an appointment to call that sale lead.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to call him, you guys. And let me explain to you guys. So this was that lead I was telling you guys about in the beginning of this. So if you missed that, you'll have to rewind in the beginning to the beginning and hear it because I'm not going to repeat it again. But this was a lead, got a lot of calls, and he selected to talk to me. He liked my pitch and liked what I had to offer. So we'll give him a call. He did send me an email today and pitched a seller finance on a 3.25 interest rate. So that's pretty good. He seems like he's going to be willing to work with what works to create a win-win. And then that's all we need, right? Let me just, is it okay to give you a call right now? So I think he'll reply fast, but you guys, I tell you all the time, shine from the rest. Find that way where you can be memorable, and you always have to build trust with your sellers as well. So when you guys have good deals that happen, get a testimonial. You get a video testimonial, you just have someone type something out, just having the legitimacy to back you up is really crucial. Because you got to remember, you are dealing with people who are getting rid of the biggest asset in their life, most likely. So they are distressed, maybe not, maybe they just are like that last guy I called, not that one, but the one before, who has no idea if he wants to sell. He thinks it's okay, but it looks very nice. All right. Do you want to, why don't you do a call real quick? Do you have any, do you want me to send you one real quick for you to call another one?
Yeah.
Because I'm just waiting for him to message me back, and then if he messages me back,
Are you saying the one I just sent? You want another one?
I'll just call the one you just sent. Sorry.
Okay, and I will send.
Send me one more and I'll send it to her. Are you ready to call one more?
Sure.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, that'll be multifamily in Wisconsin. So good luck with that.
So if there's anybody watching that has any questions about pitching creative finance, if there's anything I can guide you on or help you with, just let me know. I will come in the comments and I'll share my card as well. Oh, he just messaged back, I think. No, he didn't. I lied. It's okay. He did. All right, we're calling him, okay? So second call with this guy. This was a sale lead. Oh my God. I had a great conversation with him. I hope it's still great.
Are you guys doing anything with land or not really?
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to reconnect with you. again.
Yes, me too. Absolutely. I'm glad you replied to my email.
Yes, no, I had seen it the same night, and I was like, this girl is on it, and I actually read up a little bit more about you guys, and I'm all about honest business, and honestly, I appreciate anyone with a real story. So you sharing how you got into this game,
Yep.
And seeing what your I guess colleagues / owners have put together or created in terms of a business was cool to see. And I'm like, yeah. So and in fact, it's funny. I read up a little about you, and I go, you know what? I see that right through her personality.
Oh, thank you. No, that means a lot.
I think that goes a long way. Honestly speaking, I've been, as I mentioned, a banker. I've done a lot, and finding good people, dynamic people is sometimes not something you find across different professions. So
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. No, we had an awesome conversation. And I really appreciate all the feedback. And you being open-minded to explore different options to create a win-win. And I think we can definitely do it. I was looking over your email. The only thing I really just needed a little bit of guidance on. So was that like the entirety of it, or were we going to do, so we call a hybrid it would have been like the subject to with the seller finance, or do you know what I'm saying? So when I would take over your mortgage, that would be the subject to, and then giving you some equity on the back end would be a seller finance. So we would hybrid that. But in your email, it only really stated the seller finance, but we can structure it just like that too.
Yeah. So I kind of left that up in the open because I felt like you kind of presented a few different scenarios.
Yep.
So I was kind of more or less saying, I like the idea of it all. Potentially, you just have to further much explore those numbers. As I believe you're going to crunch some numbers. So, yes, I guess what I'm saying is I'm open to hearing both potential options.
Absolutely.
If that's something that you guys would have an appetite for.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Ultimately, I'm open, and so that's what I meant.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And because I was actually in a meeting with my business partner at the time I got your email, and so we were looking at the property and everything, and I almost think I almost was aiming towards a different outcome.
Let's look at all of them.
I had an idea.
Let me just pull up your email very
quickly,
just so I know that I'm following.
Yeah,
It's one
absolutely.
thing to see it. It's one thing to see it via phone, and something different to see it
Yeah, of course.
computer.
Are you what do you mean like all the different things that I do, like looking at those options or?
No, just your email.
Oh,
in
okay,
terms
perfect.
Of the, yeah, just you breaking down what you guys are open to.
So I
had a
actually
lot
could
of
give you a better
conversations
thing.
today.
If you
Okay.
you have my business card, right?
Business card?
Yeah, I texted you my business card.
Yes, let me pull that up real quick. And I'm assuming you're calling from a work phone or something?
No, this is my cell
Office
phone.
Oh, this is your cell
Yep.
phone. For some reason, it's because I didn't save you. I apologize.
You're
I don't know
okay.
too many people
I'll send
for
it again.
Maine, so no, I got it.
Oh,
I
okay.
have it. It's just what I'm saying is I didn't save your name through the phone number because I just know 207's got to be Ashley. 'cause I
Gotcha.
don't
Yep,
have
that's
anything else in
me. That's me.
All right. So I'm on your website now. So I go to your website. Is that what you're
Nope.
saying?
Just go like click on the card. And then
Mhm.
if you hit JV with me, because that's technically what I'm kind of presenting to
Got it.
you.
Okay. And let's connect, or should I look at the bottom? Okay, subject to financing. Okay.
Yeah, so if you just hit like the JV with me, it gives you all the different types of deals I do.
Got it.
And there
Okay.
should be my internet is working so slow right now because of the storm. So I apologize.
No, same here. So you're good.
Yeah, it's been awful. I mean, it's not really snowing too bad anymore, but I feel like my internet's been off ever since it started. So all right. So the last one, I think it's the last one. Yeah, novation. So there's
Yep.
a novation type deal. And so what we were thinking, because I was talking to my business partner, because you have a beautiful building and there is some value to that building if there was updates made to it and if it was
Absolutely.
completely redone. So
Now, let me ask you a quick question while you just pause
yeah,
there.
go ahead.
You said, there it is. I'm like, holy cow, where's this novation?
It's all the way at the
I'm a
bottom.
visual person, so I'm like, until I see novation, I can't have you keep talking. Ashley.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Give me one more second. Come on. Did it work? Now my laptop, my internet is acting funny. So
Yeah, mine, maybe it's that website or something because it would not.
No, it's not. It's really because it's very windy where I'm at, and I think it's just messing with the signal a little bit. So
yeah.
Resend. Come on. All right, perfect. I am all in business, and wow, I feel like I should have done my research and checked out the JV thing. That would have actually given me some earlier insights before this conversation. But no worries, I'm convinced I'm in good hands. So
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, it's just I break down all the different types of deals I do just in case if somebody wanted to JV with me on a certain deal. Because I actually have like a new group of investors I'm teaching how to do creative deals. Because they basically, they know how to do the cash offers and stuff. But when you can do more than a cash offer, you can provide so much more value to these sellers and just close more deals. So
absolutely.
yeah, so I'm just trying to give guidance on that. But I think a novation would be interesting because we could partner up and we could basically get your place in tip top shape, like remodeled, and you could get the highest price for it. So there's a couple different ways, and I think that's great. You want to explore all the different options because this doesn't have to be the one. It could just be, one laying in front of us, but we might, look down and see a different one we want. Because I almost want, like, our minds were going like crazy earlier. Well, maybe it was just mine. My business partner was.
No, mine was too, and it's so funny. A business partner, I should say, a mentor told me, "You're complicating things." I'm like, no, I'm not. I just like to really think outside the box.
Yeah.
And stretch my imagination and not limit myself to just, A and B, because C might really be the key to the new door, right?
Love it. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, so that's all. Like before I really close myself down, I really want to look at all things that makes sense. And I think really to your point, I really connected with that energy around, let's see how we can get creative with this. to look at a mutual gain for a strategic partnership, and I'm big into things like that. So
Absolutely.
If did you want to give me maybe, or maybe let me ask you this: with the Novation, obviously the remodeling, getting the highest price, is that for sale or is that for then rental?
See, you're so funny. Get out of my head. When I was starting to talk to you about it, I said the remodel and everything, and I was about to say, and then you list it, and then that's why I kind of like shut off and said, I was kind of thinking, because I really like the property. Like, I think there's so much potential. It's beautiful. And I mean, we do a deal, I almost wouldn't mind buying and holding it because it's really that beautiful. I think it could bring a significant increase in the rental income, even if you split it somehow. I would have to,
And I'm open to
yeah.
that too, by the way, right? So this is why I think the idea of liquidity made me think I'm not going to play hardball here. I'm going to play, neutral ball here.
Mhm.
And if in order for the buyer / investor to broker and agree to a deal that also makes them whole and makes them feel that they didn't get the worst end of the stick, I think we just got to look at it as like, hey, everyone wins in this situation. So for me, as long as it makes sense, I certainly don't have to be the person that stands with, the dominance of where this deal benefits me way more than my investor, because then that's me dictating. And I'm really looking to see how can we blow up this pie,
Mhm.
and really have good bites on both ends, right?
Absolutely.
I'm certainly to give you, and this is why I'm really glad that we met, because
Me too.
I haven't entertained everyone, and I think the ones that I have just been like you, for instance, one of the very few, because I did meet with the realtor this past week, and that was just to kind of start my interview process of who would I want to work with, who understands my situation,
Mhm.
which is a good one. And if in fact I do put the place up for sale, I want to be ready to know that I'm going to execute that plan with the right person. And
Absolutely.
I don't want to be in the way of that decision. I really want to be almost spiritually led to knowing who I should work with. So that's more for preparations purposes. However, even in your case, with you guys having experience, if you guys tell me you also have the perfect person to market and sell the property,
Mhm.
I don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you're my partner, I would think that you would have the best,
We do. Yeah.
people to do that
Mhm.
and experience, so that would be kind of my, that takes me out of, having to find the proper realtor. So,
Well, that's the beauty of the Novation. It gives you, you're still a partner, and you know, we're making this happen together, but we do most of the legwork. We do have the people who have the experience, such as like the agents who know how to do creative deals, and they've sold
Mhm.
things creatively. So it's better to kind of, we call them unicorns, by the way, because they're so rare.
Yeah.
And we do, yeah. So like the one that we worked with in Lakeville, Mass, I called him a unicorn, and he did great. He had the property sold in 6 days. And I gotta say, the homeowner was very similar to you. We had a great connection, and he, spoke just like, I want a win-win for both of us. Like, I don't want me to just win, because then if it's only me that wins, then I don't really win because you don't win. Like, he was just really cool, and I have to tell you, that was my best deal that I've ever done so far. So I'm
That's
feeling
awesome.
good about this and hoping this turns into something.
No, that's awesome, because that sounds good. And so with that, to be again even further fully transparent, What I think is interesting is there's a home that sold right behind me, and it was a dump. I mean, we didn't really like the neighbors. We loved them, actually. Our kids play with each other. But unfortunately, they were just not the kind of folks that kept things clean. So therefore, you know, rodents came. You know, I mean, it was just gross. And so that even inspired us to put a fence and really secure ourselves, cover up our grill, because it was just like, I just saw they had dogs that were peeing everywhere in their yard. Like our dog at the time doesn't even pee in the yard. Unfortunately, he passed away. But the way we set up the backyard, which I'll be glad to send you a video of, so you can kind of see the potential, is imagine you know, a big backyard for hosting. And there's 2 doors that leads to the backyard from the driveway and the side of the house.
Okay.
Well, the side of the house had an area that was we threw gravel there. That was for our dog to do his business. He never went and did it out in the backyard because we sodded the backyard. We got new grass. We got a new fence, and we're like, this is our pride and joy in terms of enjoying our summer, enjoying our space. And the last thing we want is for our dog to you know, go do his business all over the place.
Right.
And he picked up on that. He was like, you know, our dog would literally look at us like, hey, I can't do it here. You guys got to bring this inside the house. And it was just perfect. And by the way, the kitchen door has a little dog door, whatever you call that.
The
so
doggy doors?
Yeah, the doggy door. So anyway, the new tenant doesn't have a dog, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But the whole point is that that was really a nice thing that we did. So to get back to what I was saying, with the neighbors, yes, that's where I was going. They sold their home for $810. I found out, and it was a gut job. And what I'm not understanding is, I found out from a realtor that they bought the house, and I'll share this with you. It's 74 Beach Street, so you would probably know better than I do being in the game. But I found out that the investors or whomever they work with bought it for $315 or $310 and sold it for $810.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure they had to do things to it. So that's where I was very confused by, where did you make your money? If you only sold, I would imagine you probably put $100K in it. If you only sold it for $810, I mean, you just pretty much got your money back. So I thought, is this? I don't understand that. If they would have $400K, won't they just go get another place instead? And I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. But maybe I'm missing something here, or maybe the internet is failing me. So with that being said, I bring this up to say, to your point, I know the place could be a lot more.
Absolutely.
And where I share those numbers with you, that came from analytics from a investor in the area that has a few properties that he does short-term rental and Airbnbs. And he wanted to set up my place as such. And his are probably a little bit more luxurious because they're new construction. But those were his numbers. Now, Ashley, as I told you, I stay in my lane and I mind the business that pays me. I'm not, if someone tells me based off of their research, their analytics, their comparative market analysis, that's what the numbers are, I'm not going to question it.
Right.
Especially if they're trying to make 20% off managing my property with those numbers, give or take. So that's when I knew that, all right, it is, while it might not be underperforming, it's certainly not performing to its max for rental, or it could certainly be fixed up to be sold for more. So for as long as, again, the numbers make sense, that is why I'm open to the subject to financing or the no.
Did we lose Ashley?
Yes, and I got to jump off too, but I definitely appreciate coming on here and talking about iSpeed Delete. I just left a review too on Google because it's so amazing.
I appreciate that. I sent you a lead, so go and dial to let me know how that goes. But thank you for being our user, and look forward for you to close a lot of deals with us. And thank you for jumping on and being active.
All right, thanks. Great company. Great company.
Great meeting you too. And guys, last thing I'm gonna just remind everybody, if you still guys didn't take advantage of our Super Bowl packages, make sure to go and do that. And also guys, whoever's gonna buy Super Bowl packages, you're gonna get a special bonus right on Monday, depending who you're gonna select to win it. And make sure to grab them and take advantage of them. The cool thing, and I'm going to give the full overview of them right now, that we have annual coupon club is back. We also have non-exclusive lists of leads with a lot of leads back. So make sure to grab them here and start closing even more deals. So, and just to quickly give you a quick overview of this. Super Bowl ISP to lead packages where everybody wins. So as usual, 9 ways of starting getting some leads. First 3 top packages, super packages, ultimate, elite, and pro. All of them give you a significant amount of subscriptions from 2 months to a year. Included with the package, money balance, $7,500, $5,400, $3,200 that you can spend on any leads on our platform. It's refundable balance. So if any leads are bad, you can just get a refund and get another lead. Also, a lot of bonus balance, which is not refundable, but free balance. You cannot rotate free money. $3,000, $1,750, and $1,000 of bonus balance included with the packages. And the big things, right? List of January non-exclusive leads included with the elite package, and list of December non-exclusive leads is included in the pro package that gives you hundreds of leads, especially if you're open to do wider. Starter packages are great too. Ideally, you probably want to connect them with coupon club that I'm going to cover shortly, but bronze package $4.99, silver package $11.99, and gold package for $14.99. All of them give you extra subscriptions, especially premium one, which is so essential to see more like repairs, zip codes, comps, and all those type of things. And also gold package gives you 1 month of deal speed dispo with over 6 million cash buyers, agents, title companies, all of them downloadable. You can also post on the marketplace, email blast, and spy on cash buyers that review the property. And of course, last but not least, life-changing, game-changing coupon club. And right now, you just pay once $200 a month, and you get the access to both regular coupon club, where you can pick leads at the counties of your choice for just $29 if they have a status sale, or you can activate the automatic coupon club. So yes, we have this cool thing now where you can just activate coupon club automatically, and you will be the fastest to get $29 sale leads when they get there. And of course, if you want to maximize and commit, annual $15.99 also gives you 20 free bonus leads on top, 2 months of free premium access, and all those great things. And again, make sure you subscribe to our channel, but some of the cool stories are right here, from John Looney, Garrett, Norton, Ryan, and lots of other successful guys that are closing deals with us consistently, change their lives, and keep rolling and keep doing great things. Again, on Super Bowl, there is one team win, but with ISP to lead Super Bowl, everybody wins. So we look forward for you guys to close some deals with us. Get the packages. It's superbowl.isp2lead.com, and we are very excited for you to close some deals. Okay? If you need to find me for whatever reason, you need any questions, I'm going to drop my contact info right here. You can text 254-279-6742 with any questions. And we got Ashley back.
And like I said, anyone else I'm talking to has been more for, if I do list it for the spring, I would then just take advantage of a bidding war and see that I get max value for it. And I can, as we talked our first chat, repurpose those funds by way of getting into the investment world with locations or properties that are perhaps cheaper at a cheaper point, But for the most important value would be multifamily, so that I can
Absolutely.
redo what I didn't do in this case, which is, again, the single family is just the margins are somewhat different, but I think they could still be good, to your point, if the place is updated to get those types of numbers. So another location, the only other developer investor I spoke to is actually a guy from church, which I can really appreciate him. He's 27 years old. The kid has made money in the last 5 years doing this. He's got maybe around 20 properties under his name. He shared one with me, which I'm about to text you, 74 Winchester Street in Malden, which is right around the corner. I could tell that he was being honest, and he said, look, it's almost like he was saying, you're essentially the same thing you're saying. And he's like, I'm happy to work with you, but if I were you, this is what I would do. And this is where I think I share that vision with you, where he was like, I take the roof off because I've done this with another property, which is what I just sent you, 74 Winchester Street.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, he added a new floor to it, could create more space. He's got the connections because that's what he does. He's a developer, with getting, what do you call that? Not the license, but the permit, to get the permit to get the extra level. And within a week, and he was like, this is what I would do, and this is what I would spend on it. And this is what I would be able to sell it for, but that's what I would do if I were you. And when he told me that, I could tell, he's like, it's either you give it to me and I will do that, or this is what I would do if I were you. And I could appreciate that, but I see his limitation, because I think he's giving me brotherly advice to say that I'm not going to undertake this deal from you, given our ties, but this is what I would do if I were you. I think in your case, this is different, because we're trying to figure out how we can work with each other on that, if there's room to do so. And we don't really have ties here outside of obviously having met professionally, or at least virtually professionally. So this is where some of my analytics are coming from. I still think you guys probably would know better, being in the game for as long as you have. Yeah, I'm right in the middle of that.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to do something. I mean, I think you have a great property, and I think this 74 Winchester Street is absolutely stunning. It's very luxury. It's gorgeous.
Absolutely. Let me, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I could give you a sense of from where we took the place to where it's at now, especially with that backyard. Now, when you work with investors, is that more or less you guys kind of have a pool of money that you've raised, or you're talking more to individual investors? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Of course. No. So yeah, I'm part of a huge investment group, with, I did I tell you the last conversation, I specialize in like subject to and stuff like that. So yeah, that's, I learned it from Pace Morby anyway, but we have a group of 16,000 investors, all US wide. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
wow.
It's amazing, and it's such a good like group of people. I have not met anybody bad yet. It's like we're all family. And so, yeah, we raise money. We have private money partners. We have just private money lenders, which, so someone will just lend it and not want to partner on it. It really comes down to the numbers to see what makes sense. But yeah, I mean, my business partner, I had already told him all about, our conversation and everything. And so he knew we were jumping on a call tonight, and I'm like, well, if we can get something like kind of sketched out, like just an idea of maybe a direction we want to go in. We could jump on a Google Meet with, you know, me and my business partner, you and your wife, and, you know, just, you know, really start trying to think of something. And I'm not too far from you either, so I'd love to walk the property and come and check it out as well. So, you know, if we can really figure something out, I would love to do that. So yeah, we have a couple different directions, you know, I'm so torn whether I want it to be like a novation, because I think your property is so fabulous. And then just like you said, that 3% interest rate is so gorgeous. You know, you don't get that anymore.
Correct.
So I think maybe we just think about it and see, we come up with a few ideas. Is there
Sounds
a
good.
way you can just send me a screenshot of your most recent mortgage statement so I know what you have left on your, you know, your loan balance, what you pay monthly, your PITI, and stuff like that. And then
Yeah,
I can,
absolutely.
yeah. And then and what you get for rent currently.
Absolutely. I will send that to you tonight. And if it makes sense, since again, I don't know who and how. I get that you guys have 16,000 people, but with the power in numbers, or maybe an individual investor that may want to look at how to take advantage of that rate, I will structure at least what I think might make sense to me. And then we can kind of maybe evaluate that. I don't know, again, if it's more of you guys also sending me what you think you might want to do, and we can evaluate them together, or but I can try to draft something that I think term wise, or more or less condition. I mean, you know, yeah, with those numbers, what would make sense. But again, it's kind of a little hard for me because I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding who the buyer might be in this case. And I know it's just, maybe it might be a matter of just money, but I almost feel like I have to put myself in their shoes to think of what would make sense for them. For me, I know what would make sense. And I will look at that, but I like to also put myself in someone else's shoes to think, would these terms make sense? But what are you getting out of it? Are you using this as an investment? Which, if you are, then renting it would be the highest cash flow. Living in it makes a different case, but I'm also willing to probably look at how we can meet a mutual ground that would make sense. And I think in the living space part, it would almost have to make sense by way of a deposit that would make me want to transfer that rate over to them,
right?
With the understanding that, of course, I don't want to put someone in a position that they won't be able to meet those demands. I certainly, and I can tell you, God is my witness, I also don't want to be in a position where I'm a bank and putting someone in something that they cannot, that they end up failing at, because then that's
then you have to take it back, and
good.
then and it gets no, I totally understand that, and you need to be protected as well, you know. So there's whole different strategies that we can do, and I could talk to you all night about this. Like I'm thinking of one. I probably will explain it to you more, where I can maybe type it out, since you're visually you're more visual. I am too. It's funny because when you were just saying it depends on the buyer, and then that depends on the exit, your brain like goes like mine. I was literally like, I think like that too. It's like, you can think of the best outcome for us, and then, but then what about the buyer and that exit? And it's a big circle. Like, how do we make it work? So I totally understand what you're saying. And I think that there's a lot here. There is something here. And I think that, you know, I totally understand about, you know, feeling like a bank, or trying to, you know, somebody failing and not paying, because that's definitely hard. And that's where I'm at. Like, I would never want to overcommit to something that I even questioned. The cash flow has to be there and make sense for me to even want to go forward. So you're good in that department. Yeah. So I think that we could definitely come up with something. So maybe I just write down, I'll write down a few ideas tonight and then type them up in another email and send it over to you. And
I'll
then
do the same.
Yeah, That's perfect.
I'll do the same. Perfect. And then and the other thing I thought of to share with you is, yes, I will send you the statements. I'm not sure if it because I know I had put it in writing. I mean, it's pretty factual. I guess I just don't know if I need to then blank out anything to protect myself. I mean, there's not much you could do with a mortgage statement.
Yeah.
But
if you want to blank it out, you can.
Yeah, let me do that.
Or
then,
actually, you know what I could do? I'll give you my business email, and it's a secured email account.
Okay.
Do you want to do it that way? Because then
let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Just for given the day and age that we live in, just want to protect.
No, I don't
again,
blame
there's
you.
nothing to hide, but at the same time, people get so creative. You never know. My mom has been told that she owns properties that we know she doesn't own. So I'm like, I don't know how people do things like that. So yes, if you send me that secure email, then I will gladly do that. And the other thing I was thinking of, yes, I'll be able to break down yes, maybe even like you said, an exit strategy depending on who the investor is or how. Just because again, that's really I don't want to be in that kind of business. This is what I was gonna say, and I think I'm also even open to looking at a breakdown that might even not be a even 50-50 split, to even more or less assure that person or the investment is making the money from the house to be able to make not only themselves money, but also be able to afford even a cheaper rate at 3.25%.
Right.
So that's really how I'm looking at it, to make it very mutual. Not so much where someone is going to be in a distressed situation where they got to be able to make that money and they can't, because the only reason why you're going to fix up the place is to make the money. But also it's got to make sense that you make some money over it as well.
Right.
On it, so that it's like, well, I made an investment that's already paying me back. And then again, where I come in is I've got to be able to find the right margin that tells me that even if I'm not making a lot of money right up front, that the investment is more in securing the rate and also getting some capital to be able to work with, to even want to go in business in a partnership with someone and under these types of conditions. That includes me obviously transferring titles and things of that nature. So that's really how I'm looking at it. But let me, yes, I'll take that from you. I'll work on it tonight, tomorrow. I've actually been thinking about this for the last, couple of days. Quite honestly, I've drawn different things.
I have something else that might make your brain go crazy to think about.
Okay, do it.
Just to add to a thought. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking as if I were you, and I had a 3.25% interest rate, and I wanted an investment and, still, make something, whether it be long-term or whatever the case may be. But have you ever heard of a wrap?
No.
Okay, so this is like essentially where you take your own, so think of your mortgage and your everything as a bundle, it's a present. And you so actually I'm going to give you an example that my mentor gave me. So think of it this way. You have somebody that comes to your wedding and they gift you a blender and you don't like that blender. You're like, I don't want this blender, but it's a great blender. I just don't need it. So you just decide to wrap that up and give it to someone else. So you basically wrap your mortgage up to bring it to someone else, but you add your own terms on it. So the terms stay the 3.25%. That's not what you're presenting to them. You're like, okay, this may be, 5.25%, still better than today's, right? But now you get that extra percentage every single month or at the end, however it, equals out to be. And so you're getting a check every single month on that. So that's another way to think of things. People do this on notes as well. You could buy notes and wrap them. like you could
Mhm.
get a note at like this crazy interest rate and just wrap it to someone else for, you know, a higher interest rate.
Mhm, mhm.
There's something like, there's so many things that blows my mind that like I never even thought I would be interested in this type of stuff, but it's so interesting and I love it. And in the fact that it helps people, but it also, you know, it makes people money, but it also, I help people out of distressed properties. I've helped people in pre-foreclosure. Literally just, you know, guided someone saving her home the other day, and it just melted my heart. You know, so
That's awesome.
yeah, there's just so much good in this, and I absolutely love it. And I think if we can work something out, I would definitely go forward. So, yes, let's, you know, I think we both got creative brains. So, I'll try to think of something up tonight as well and just write down a few ideas, get it over to you in an email, and then I'll look at yours and we'll see what type of things we thought.
Sounds good. I'll leave you with this. I just realized, I think I did it before, but it's now came to mind. Your last name means winning in French.
It does?
Yes,
I didn't know
French
that.
is my French is my first language. So Gagne means win.
Okay.
So Ashley win.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love
it
that.
really is, isn't it?
That is so cool.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know that.
I
Yeah, you
didn't,
could
no.
test me on it if you'd like. But yeah, French is my first language. The accent only comes out when I'm upset or when I'm on the pitch and I've been drinking too much. So
How do you say bath?
So how do you say what?
How do you, not in French, but like my meme, she's so French. Like, she'll say she has to take a bath. It comes out bat. Like,
Bath.
yeah.
A bath.
Yeah, that's what she
Yeah.
says. And like, I always hear "wing oh," like because they like stump their toe or something. I mean, it's so funny because my mom didn't speak a word of English until she was 7 years old. They moved up from Hartford, Connecticut, and they always speak French. When I was, you know, younger, I could never understand them, and it would make me so mad. But I never really picked it up, which is crazy.
I'm surprised they didn't spell it with an IE. So my daughter's name is actually Zoe Bell.
Yep.
And Belle means beautiful, obviously, in French.
I have a Zoe as well.
That's awesome. So yeah, it's and ironically, you mentioned they came and didn't speak English until 7, I believe you said.
Yep.
Well, I didn't speak English until 13.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like I said, it took a lot of bullying. Yeah, it took a lot of bullying and hearing people make fun of my pronunciations that led to me trying to fit in, and then I realized I lost my identity when I was in college by way of trying to fit in too much.
Right.
Because honestly, if you have an accent, it actually makes people ask questions instead of assuming that you're whatever they want to box you into.
Right.
So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, win.
I love that.
I will get that out to you, and let me know, how does this work? So you send me just your email address. So if I email this, you're saying that it's automatically secure?
Yes, it's my work email, so it's a secured. Yeah, it's a secured email account. Yeah. So I mean,
all right.
If you're more comfortable with it,
would a screenshot make sense to you?
Yeah, you could. That's fine. That's fine. You could do that.
I literally had it pulled up, and then I thought, well, I don't know if I really need to send it. I mean, the numbers are on there, so I'll do that. It'll be easier to just screenshot it, and if, of course, to be even more official, that I need to literally send it, I'll do that as well. So
whatever you're comfortable with, you're comfortable with. Okay.
And then I'll put a time, maybe next week. We can always reconnect on whatever we drew. And kind of discuss it more in depth then, unless we exchange a couple of emails. So Ashley, thank you. It feels like you've worked a lot today, so go get some rest.
I am. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Have a wonderful night. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Bye. He's such a good guy. Like, what's crazy, you guys, is I don't know how was I muted the whole time too? Oh my gosh. I wasn't muted. Yuri, was I muted? No, you would have kicked me off if I was muted. 100%. You wouldn't have went for that. So what I was trying to show you guys, I'll screen share one more time before Yuri takes the mic from me. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick, and we're going to go to Investor Base. And what I was trying to show you guys is this is the property he was talking about. And I thought you guys were watching. So when I exited out and came to Investor Base, that's when I lost you guys. But you guys, this is the one he was talking about, that somebody purchased a property for 360,000 and they sold it for 810,000. They made 450,000 on it. 44% of ARV. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. And this is all of like the buyers, not buyers, but all the fix and flippers in the area. And look at, so he's the red and it's literally going around. He's almost in the center of the circle. So there's not going to be any problems with buyers, or that's why he's gotten a ton of calls. Like this is a hot area for sure. Baby. Oh, do. I want to just. So
Yeah, you have a lot of those.
I love him. He's
It's
like, she. I love him. I love her. I love them all. I love.
Yep.
My baby days are over though. Baby days are over. No more for me. She's adorable.
So how did it end?
Pretty good. I hope I wasn't muted because I went and grabbed my mic and I saw red, but you would have known, right?
Nope.
I guess somebody tell me in the comments. I really hope I wasn't, because it was a great conversation. So we're gonna be swapping emails. I kind of went over a wrap with him. This was a great call, especially for people to listen to, because there was a lot of creative talk in it. So we talked seller finance, we talked subject to. So these are the type of calls that I tell you guys about, that you've got to have these options. And if you heard him, he said, I talked to you because you had options. And, this could turn out to be a good deal. My very last deal, big check deal that I did, the biggest deal I've ever done, was very similar to this. It was in Massachusetts. And he had that same attitude, like, I want a win-win for both of us. And it's just, I feel good about it. He said my last name means winning in French.
Is
He's
it?
French. Gagne.
Probably. Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a great conversation. I don't know what time it is. I mean,
Yeah, it's time to go.
7:53, so we'll call it a night. But I hope this brought you guys some value. I hope I wasn't muted, and I'm very sorry. So what? I don't know if you heard me, but I lost you guys when I pulled up Investor Base. So I do this, like, instead of hitting the plus, like I already had it up, so it closed out and went there, and I didn't know until I tried going back.
No, it's fine. I showed the packages, by the way. So
Perfect.
and you got back. So no, I think it was actually great.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
No,
Okay.
it's nice to have you. And
Thank you for having
guys,
me.
it was Ashley making seller live calls, creative way, showing you how to maximize your leads. And subscribe. We'll do more of those. And let's keep rolling. Thank you, Ashley.
Bye, guys. Oh, she said bye.
Yep.
She did. I
Bye
heard
all.
her.